connection? I hope the connection is a bit better. Okay. I think the last time was because I didn't take it off of Wi-Fi first, and then I tried to take it off of Wi-Fi in the middle, and it just didn't fix it. Okay. I'm glad we're much, much better. I'm running errands. I've got to run up to Idaho Falls and gas up my truck. And figure now's the best time to do a live stream. Thank you, Dean. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not trying to travel on the freeway right now, this time of day. There's since they started road construction on the freeway this last week, things are a little backed up, and so we're getting a lot of weekend traffic, people heading home. Instead, I'm going up and down the old highway like a smart local does. Apparently north of Blackfoot, they've torn up the freeway and it's way backed up. Of course, once you get past the construction area, it's pretty speedy. Okay. This thing doesn't go super fast, Dean. I was probably not doing more than 50 miles an hour. It just feels like we're going faster. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I'm avoiding freeway traffic by going up and down the old highway. No way I could take my time, just mosey on down the road. So has Neil made it back yet? Oh, there you are, Neil. I was wondering. So yes, this is the first live I've done in several months. I didn't realize it had been that long until I looked up the date of my last live stream and realized that it's been a while. I've just been very busy. Here, going through Blackfoot. That's the new D.L. Evans Bank. Used to be part of the church property. But unfortunately, that Lutheran church has got such a small congregation, they're having a hard time paying their property taxes, and so they sold one of the lots they had to the bank, who put a big bank right next to their church. In fact, I think right now they've got about 12 people total in their congregation to support that little piece of property in their church. Hopefully they can keep it going. Okay, zipping around. Yes, there we go. Gotta slow down. Van up ahead. One of these days I'm going to have to take a walk around Jensen Grove. I haven't walked around the lake there for a while. Not that there's a lot of water in the lake, but there is some. thing is right now we're still got a low irrigation year, so there's not a lot of extra water to put in Jensen Grove Lake or pond or whatever you want to call it. It's basically supposed to be an overflow pond, but on the years when it has a lot of water in it, it gets quite a bit of activity from, why travel elsewhere to play with your boats and your water skis and stuff when you got a nice sized lake in your own town. But this year it's a bit low because right now the farmers get first water rights on irrigation. Okay, lights are flashing, so we've got to let the pedestrians cross safely. They're out walking their dogs in the parks. I'm glad they put those up. Before, people used to have to just dart across the road because nobody would stop for foot traffic. So I'm heading up. Hi, Chris. Oh yeah, those dogs, our animals get us well trained. My cats have me well trained. Except for I really had to tell Rosie this morning she did not need a third little treat snack. She's going through her temptations a little too fast. I'm running low in the canister. Gonna have to buy. I can buy them in a big bag. I may have to just buy a big bulk bag and refill the canister. But she's talked me into handing out treats a little too often. I told her if she's really hungry, she can eat the dry cat food. She doesn't need more Temptations treats. And she just kept meowing at me, so we were having a little argument. Yeah. So, but I was telling Rosie she needs more Temptations. She's had enough. I've already dished them out to her once today. I'll probably give her some more tonight before bed. Probably talk me into it. But yeah. Yeah, because there's road construction on I-15 southbound north of Blackfoot. We've got a lot of people who are detouring down the old highway, but it's literally the fastest way to go right now. Okay. All right. It's a nice day for a drive, though. Alright. Just gotta wait for the next break in the traffic. Cats are very bossy. Rosie was being very insistent. Lily doesn't care. I mean, Lily likes the Temptations treats, but she's got somebody else with flashy lights zipping by. There we go. That's the problem with holiday returning home traffic is tend to see a lot of people with flashy lights on top of their vehicles zipping around. Yeah, Lily doesn't really care I mean, Lily's okay with the treats. She's such a picky eater. There's nothing she'll beg me for. She'll eat them if I give them to her, but she doesn't exactly, come and beg me for them. Not like Rosie, who will literally stand in front of the pantry looking up at the doors and meow because she needs her treats. Yeah, she will. She looks at me, and she looks at the doors, and she keeps meowing, and I walk past, and she's winding around my legs because she wants me to give her treats, and it's like I just gave you treats 15 minutes ago. You ate them all. No more for a while. Should make a meal off of them if I let her. But yeah, we got some beautiful countryside out here in Idaho. Nice, pretty blue sky. It's actually fairly clear. I don't know, sometimes I think we're driving in circles when we're driving with Dean. He's got some beautiful countryside out where he lives too. A lot of it though is winding hillsides and woods, and it does look pretty out there though. Watching him drive around his last videos and going, well, it's a good thing he's driving because I'd get lost out here. But yeah, it's not too bad. There's a little haze over the mountains, but we've had a lot of wildfires lately, which is why the sunrises and sunsets have been just so colorful. That smoke in the air just gives that nice reddish orange tint to the sun when it's coming up and going down. Yeah, heavy traffic today. People are realizing that if you want to get around the backup, you better get it off at the freeway at Shelley exit and then head down the old highway to Blackfoot. Then you can hop back on the freeway. And they've got so many more road improvements planned coming up in the next few years that they're going to be starting on. One of the things planned is they are going to be starting on the main on and off ramps and the bridges there in Blackfoot, the main town exits, and they're going to be putting in bigger, wider bridges and longer on-ramps and longer off-ramps, which would be nice, so you're not like hopping directly into traffic when you get on the freeway. But it's projected to start in a few years from now, and then it's going to take a few years more. They're thinking it might be completed by 2035, in 10 years. And I'm just going, that's going to be a few years of avoiding getting on and off the freeway. But their eventual plan for the whole freeway system between Pocatello and Idaho Falls is 3 lanes going both ways, and redoing of all the overpasses and all the bridge work, which is old. I mean, it was put in when I was a baby, so it's about as old as I am. And some of that cement, it's like it's a yearly chore to go through and patch up all the cement on the bridges and try and keep them together, because it's all starting to crumble. Yeah, I'm sorry. Someday, I swear, I just need a little fewer bills to pay and a little extra money, and then I can get this windshield replaced on this truck. Really need to. I'm literally ducking my head and peering down through the cracks because the light is, yeah. Yeah, jump up on the railroad tracks and go around. I'm not sure that would be great for my tires. I don't have those things the bridge workers have on their trucks. Though I kind of think when I see them going up and down the tracks on their little trucks up on those little, that wheel setup, I thought, that actually looks like a fun job. Chugging along up there. Yeah. Oh boy. Right now, if any mountains are showing up in my video, I'm not sure. I'm trying to watch the traffic and watch where I'm driving, and occasionally looking at checking comments. Yeah, what we live in is the foothills of the Teton Mountains. So, on a really crisp, clear day, you can actually see some of the tops of the mountains from certain points where you're driving from. But mostly we've got a lot of hills that build up till where you get into the Tetons. So those aren't actually mountains, those are just hills. Just very tall hills. Just like the Tetons are very tall mountains. You can Google Teton Mountain Range and they'll bring up all kinds of pictures. And especially there's a set of mountain peaks in the Tetons that are probably the most photographed set of mountain peaks around outside of the Alps. Gotta watch my driving here. I'm not the only one traveling today. It's going to be pretty busy coming. We are now coming into beautiful Firth. where if you didn't have to slow down to 35 miles an hour, you might miss it, because it's a very tiny little town. Population 517, at least when that sign was printed. It might have maybe 600 or 700 people living here now. Most everybody who lives in Firth does not work in Firth. They work in Blackfoot, they work in Idaho Falls, they work in Pocatello, they commute. But there are only a handful of businesses here in Firth, and that are most everybody else. If you got a job around here, you're either working on a farm or you're working out of town. It's a very, very small town. By comparison, Blackfoot has probably about 10,000 people living there. And then there's probably about 50,000 in Idaho Falls. Yeah, I definitely need to get a new windshield. That light is hitting the cracks just at the right angle. Glare into my eyes. And I have just enough gas in the truck to get me to the gas station up at Sam's Club, where the gas is the cheapest. It's $3.10 a gallon, and I believe last time I paid for it in Blackfoot, I paid $3.34. So $3.10 is worth driving for. Especially since I have the money to actually do it. I put most of the gas money Mom gave me in the car, because that'll be my primary driving vehicle. The truck will be for making dump runs and running it on the weekend. Oh, by the way, I still got a little twinge right in my side when I take a deep breath, but that's about all. I actually slept pretty good last night. I could partially roll onto my front when laying on my side, so I wasn't making my hips hurt. So yes, my ribs are healing. I just feel so silly though, you know, falling in the bathtub. That's just so, you know, you hear about these bathroom accidents all the time, but you never really think it's ever going to happen to you until it does. The roof on top. I got a little cab on my truck, Neil. It's not as big as Dean's. Dean's is, I just got a wee little roof on my cab. I got a little cab on my little truck. Dean has that nice big comfy truck with 4 doors and big seats, and whole roof is a nice big wide space. You'll have to get a cushion and more Velcro. My gas mileage in my truck, it runs, when I'm traveling on the freeway, it actually gets about 18 miles to the gallon. And on the back roads like this, I'll get about 16 miles to the gallon, whereas my car gets about 18 to 19 miles to the gallon in town, and on my trips down to Utah, I can get up to 24, 25 miles to the gallon. So the car is definitely the vehicle I need to take long trips out of town because it gets better gas mileage. Yeah. But when it comes to but I'm so glad the air conditioning's fixed now. That was I mean, here. Yeah. Those pictures that got sent to me, I was looking at it and I blew them up, made them as big, and seeing all that orange coolant that was basically in that area down where your cup holders and everything is, that was from the heater core was leaking. It was leaking coolant all over inside my car, and it was like, oh my gosh, because my car takes an orange colored coolant. I actually have to go to the parts store and get it and make sure I get the proper coolant for my car. My mom found out about a year or two ago the reason she was going through so many water pumps was she wasn't putting the right coolant in her car, and because I think she's had the water pump replaced in her car about 3 or 4 times, and it was just crazy. So, and she was went to buy some coolant. I guess she went to AutoZone. She was there for something else, and while she's there, she said she needed coolant. Well, what kind of car do you have? And she told him, and he says, well, you need to be putting the right kind of coolant in your car, or it can damage your water pump. And she didn't know that. She just thought coolant was coolant. She's gonna be 84 on her birthday, so when you've been around that long, it's like you're used to using one particular thing for everything. But she told me that, and I said, really? That got me to thinking, I wonder what I should actually be using in my vehicles, because, around here it was just common most of my life. You just go buy 50/50 and put it in. But it might not be the right coolant for your vehicle. You actually have to find what's best for your vehicle, because apparently manufacturers are getting everything specialized. I'm glad you didn't get rained out, Melinda. That was just really sad what happened with that flash flood there. I've been praying for all those families who have lost people in those floods. That was just such a sad situation, so unexpected. Dean, I hope you never fall in my bathtub. That would be very odd indeed. Well, Chris, you got a really tight hold, because that no wonder that antenna out there is just waving. Yeah, well, it wasn't my feet that slipped or anything. I was sitting in the bathtub, and what I do is I put my hand on the edge of the bathtub and push myself up with my hand, and it was my hand on the edge of the bathtub that slipped. So I was pushing myself up and my hand slipped and my arm shot out and I came crashing down right on my side on the edge of the bathtub because I was, leaning to push myself up and get out. And that kind of knocked the wind out of me. It's like, geez, I was a little more careful this next time I took a bath. Oh yeah, Neil, you're right. Your gallons are about a little bigger. I wish I could get your gallons in our prices. That would give me way more gas. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Chris. Yeah, I don't need anybody to do stunts for me. I can do my own stupid stuff. Do it all the time. One of my favorite things is after I've tripped or something, I'll just be walking across to my floor in my living room and I'll trip on nothing. Catch myself and go, well, I guess I'm all kinds of graceful today. Chris, I'm praying that they can find all those who are missing. At least to give the families closure. So many people just swept away, and it can be so hard to find them. I'm sure there's going to be search parties as the water recedes, just, searching the banks of the river. Your phone didn't want to go outside for a little bit, Melinda. It wanted to be inside where it's air conditioned, comfy, and cool. That's a good question, Neil. Why don't they call them deliberates when they're intentional? That sounds like those folks who'll throw themselves in front of your vehicle so they can scam you out of insurance money. Okay, we are coming into Idaho Falls here. Oh yeah. Thing is when I'm glad a lot of these intersections now have cameras, traffic cameras, and they can check those cameras and rerun them, and then there's all these people who have dash cams these days. There's usually somebody who has something and they can say, yeah, you obviously backed up into somebody. little here. Yeah, I actually took the thing out of my car. Because I don't have a phone holder in my truck. So I took the one out of my car to put in my truck so I could talk to y'all. Okay. Gonna have to make a right-hand turn. There we go. I think my car's not the only one who needs new shocks and struts. The truck could use it too. Hey Kay, can you text Mom and let her know I'm doing a live stream right now? And I'm taking my truck up to Idaho Falls to get gas. She keeps texting me and I can't text her back, and she tried calling and I can't answer that either because it'll interrupt the live stream. It's handy having a sister who's on your live streams. Okay. This is one of the prettier sections of Idaho Falls. I like this section of Sunnyside Road. It's still very residential and hasn't been industrialized or turned into a business loop yet. I need new shocks and struts as well. My hips are just been bugging the heck out of me lately. And I got to do more mowing. I'm just gonna have to do a little bit of mowing every night. And by the time I get done with get back around to the first section I mowed, it's gonna be needing to be mowed again. But at least that way I won't be spending 6 hours in one day mowing. Alright. Now we're going into the business district. Yeah, Dean does drive fast over those mountains when he wants to hop them real fast. That hyperlapse speed is real handy to have. Get you places fast and helps you get things done quickly. Woohoo! Now we're coming into the business district. I remember when these fields off here to the right there used to be a nice little farm, a couple of beautiful homes there. Now it's turning into high density housing. Alright, I already got money on my card, so I just need to go over to the pumps. Passing Home Depot. Except for they don't have the kind of craft boards I want to get. Okay. Alright. Nice thing about everybody going home from all their vacationing is the fact that there's not big lines at the gas pump today. People are either in church or they're traveling. So I shouldn't have a problem getting to a pump, putting gas in this thing. I don't have enough to fill it all the way up, but I got enough to make it happy. Okay. Alright. I'm going to be standing right there pumping up gas. Okay. Are there things I need to do? Get my cards out. I'm just looking over some of these comments. Neil, I need new suspension as well. You know, somebody please. I'm doing my best, but my hips and knees are been bugging me. Okay, get my cards out. Oh. Okay. Put my cards away or I'll lose them. And I've done that before too. Couldn't find them when I was looking for them. Got my list out, so need to pop in a couple other places while we are running errands today. Yeah, that would be a downside, Neil. Hearing all the sirens all the time. And thank you, Reba. That is such a sad situation. I've been praying for them as well. Yeah, that is funny. I mean, it's interesting, you know. I haven't done it too much myself, but yeah, watching Dean drive at 2 times speed is fast. All right, thank you. Thanks, sis. Yeah, I had $27.65 left on my gas card, and so that is what is going in the gas tank. It's better than nothing. And it's done. I wouldn't wonder if Dean fell asleep. Either that or he's got another guinea hatched and he's taking a chick down to put in with the rest of them. Okay, keys. Let's see. Okay, not bad. We got almost 3/4 of a tank of gas. Alright. Now I can go run other errands. I'm gonna zip around, go out the lights. It's always just enough, not much traffic today, but there's just enough when I want to go somewhere. There we go. I'm going to head over to Lowe's and see if they've got a board. Home Depot doesn't really have finished craft board wood that I can find. Not, at least not much of it. Lowe's tends to be better about that. Okay. Alright. Got the guy on the other side. He's waving me to go, so I will go. I still got to find some kind of a smoother cord. I tried using a little bit of the cotton yarn that I make dishcloths with to make pull strings for the soap bags, but it doesn't smoothly open and close, so I need something smooth. So I need to stop over at Michael's, which is now literally the only craft store around, and see if they've got anything. Okay, coming into Lowe's. So there's not a lot of people. Usually this parking lot is packed, even on a Sunday. But I'll wait for these people to go past. They're obviously not in a big hurry. And then I'll just park here. Did a pull through. I like it when I can find pull through parking. Alright, we'll go in and see if we can find the piece of craft. I'm just trying to get a few things done for my bathroom. I still need to do a professional sanding. Oh god, it always bugs me. Lowe's has the smallest, tightest parking lot ever. Yeah, if you have an emergency, Neil, all you need to do is open your window and holler at them. They'll come for you. Oh my gosh. Serious incident. Took them 15 minutes to respond. That is ridiculous. Okay. Let's lock my doors. And, oops, sorry, I was blocking your view. Okay. Ooh, look at all the pretty hanging baskets. Oh, wow. I love flowers. I love flowers. Alright. Now let's go down to where the craft boards are. Always on my wish list is to have a nice patio with nice patio furniture. I guess I'm gonna have to wish harder. Hasn't shown up yet. Either the patio or the furniture. Oh, here. This is what I really have on my wish list. Look at this. Wouldn't these be nice? Not only are they big enough to mow my entire little half-acre back pasture, but if I could get me one of the little harrows that you could hook up on the back, I could drag it and really smooth out those pocket gopher mounds super fast. It would make everything so nice and smooth to be able to rake it. Oh, geez. That's what I need. I need a little tractor. John Deere, Craftsman, I don't care. Oh. Besides, I've driven one of these little John Deeres before. Yes, one of my neighbors a few years back, before I got my riding lawnmower, was letting me use his. He had a couple of John Deeres. One of his was a little smaller than this. But boy, that was so fun to drive around my yard. Mowing my lawn. Oh boy. Things I wish. I'm wishing as hard as I can though. They might be having sales, Chris, but there's not too many people showing up for them. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a board that I need. Finish molding, decorative molding. Oh, it's like I have the whole store to myself. This is fun. There we go. Now let's see. I need something a little big because I'm going to have it cut down. No, it's too long. Let's see if they've got... yeah. Well, okay, I'm going to have to get another 16 by 3. Too bad I couldn't find a 16 by 2. 2 foot. Oh. Let's see what they have in the way of the unfinished. That stuff is a little better quality, but I need a piece of wood that's literally 13 inches wide by 22 inches long. But let's see what we got here. This is not bad. I'm just checking. It's unfinished, but I'm going to be having it cut down. I'll have it cut down. Not here. No, I've got a neighbor who can cut down wood for me. Yeah. Don't need 12 inch because I need to make it make it thicker. It needs to be a little thicker. Oh. And no, I'm not going to get teak. Pine is good enough for me. But let's see. I want to see what these look like as opposed to the others. This has a smoother grain look. That first one I pulled out was just looking really... I mean, you can see all these joinings. And I don't need joinings. Yeah. And that is more squared. I mean, this is cheaper, but I don't like the joinings. I think I'll just pay a little more. $5 more to have a smoother wood finish for this. Oh, boy. Oops, sorry. Yeah, this has fewer knots in it too. It's got a better finish. It's going to be for a top, like a shelf. So I'm not making anything serious. And I think the neighbor I can get to cut will be able to cut around. I just don't want to go through the whole stack of wood trying to find something that's... I don't think I'll find anything completely not free. I mean, we can look through a couple, but no, they all got knots in them. This one has fewer knots, and I think we can cut around them. Most of them. It's just that for my little there, for my little table that I have as a bathroom counter in my bathroom, I just need the top to be just 1 inch wider. Then I need a little higher. It's a little too low, so I'm going to work on that too. I'll get it to where I like it. Okay, I guess I better go and find a place to pay for this. I think they still have cashiers. Home Depot is moving on to self-service, and they're encouraging you to check out. So they all have nothing but self-checkout, except at the contractor checkout. And there they still have a service desk. So, yeah. Alright. But here I believe they still have cashiers. So, for that reason alone, I still prefer Lowe's over Home Depot. Alright. Oh, they got some too. Oh, okay, goodbye. I just need to get this.
Do you want me to check that out, or do you want to?
Yeah.
I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
Right there. Haha.
All right.
Do you guys have Milo's rewards or military discount I can put in here?
I've got a Milo's.
What's your phone number?
801-706-6532.
Margaret?
Yeah.
Alrighty, you're in there. Do you want to donate to Building Homes for Heroes today? 6 cents. That's what it's saying. Around $1 up.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go ahead when you're ready.
All right.
This here for you.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming to Lowe's.
Darn, I forgot to meet. And I got a very long receipt for one item. All right. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, I'm dropping things. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Oh, look at these beautiful lawnmowers that work. Actually start when you turn the key. Okay, one thing off. Now I got to get something for the craft, for the soap bags. Okay. Put that down. Grab my key. There we go. Keys in the truck. Lord is in the truck. I have some good sized pieces of craft lumber. It's all milled, ready to use. By the time I'm done building all my furniture for my bathroom, I still need to finish sanding my bathroom cabinet and getting it painted. Oh boy. Okay. Gotta figure out. All right. That one's done. And that one's done. I've got a list in front of me. It's on a post-it note. Posted on my dash. So I will see it. There we go. There we go. Oops, we're a little crooked. There we go. Straighten y'all out. Now, Hello, Yoggers Farm. Welcome. Okay. Now let's head down. Apparently, yeah. All right, and let's go find our one and only craft store that we have in town. We used to have 3 of them. God, it was so nice when we had 3 or 4 craft stores in town. But then Roberts closed, oh, well over a decade ago. Back in 2008 when we had the recession, a lot of stores went bankrupt, and I believe Roberts was one of those. I missed Roberts. But we still had Porter's, and we Craft and Frames, and we had Joann's, and we had Michael's. Well, Porter's closed, and somebody else took over for a short time, and then they closed. Now in that building, they reopened a grocery outlet, and then we had Joann's, and we had Michael's. Well, now Joann's has gone bankrupt, and they're closing all their stores, and so all we got left now is we just got Michael's. Yep, that's all we got is just Michael's, the only craft store in town. You can't really count Walmart as craft store. They have a few items, but not really a whole heck of a lot. And here we are going through, heading down. This is 17th South. It's the main thoroughfare for the business district. It didn't used to look like this. 30 years ago, it was very much mostly residential with a few little business pockets. And now a lot of the residential is all gone. Very few residences still hanging in there along the edges of the road here and there, but most of everything has been turned into just regular business. It just turned into business district. Tear down the houses, build an office building. Tear down a house, put in a store. Tear down a house. Yeah. So, yeah. There isn't a whole heck of a lot left anymore. It's all business. It's a very busy road. People drive way too fast on it. At least that's what I hear from the locals on the Life in Idaho Falls page. But yeah, go over and see if I can find something that'll help those soap bags open and close better than cotton thread. Cotton thread just kind of catches, and I figure if it's hard for me with my arthritis to open and close, then it's going to be hard for other people too. So I want something that for me smoothly opens, smoothly closes. The tie strings on the soap bag should be able to open and close smoothly. And once I can find the perfect cord for that will live a nice long life, getting wet, then I can start putting some soap bags into production and get a listing made for them. All right. Okay. We're at Michael's. We're gonna go in and see what we got here. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have done that. I forgot to hit mute button. Oh, I get scam calls all the time anyways. I never answer a phone number I don't recognize. It always goes to voicemail. Yeah, I really shouldn't have. I just forgot to hit the mute button before I gave out the number. But then all I could think of was, well, the scammers already got my phone number. It's a little like locking the barn door after the horses are gone. Okay. I'm gonna check these. Oh, those are linen. Never thought of using linen towels, but still, even 60% off at $14.99. Those would be way too expensive. I would have to sell those sets at $14.99 at least. Get any money back on them. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the only one. Let's see what I am looking for. I know what to look for, where to look for in others. Well, I knew where to find it in what I was looking for in Joann's, but here it's hard. You just gotta look around. Oh, look at those cute yarn bowls. I love yarn bowls. Someday I'm gonna get me one. I love those wooden ones. I mean, just look at that. So smooth. No edges to catch your yarn. These are cool too. Oh, those are nice. And look at that. That is really nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll start around here and then we'll look around. I don't usually have enough employees hanging around for me to actually find somebody. So I just have to poke my noses around places until I see something that looks like what I'm looking for. Oh, let's see. Oh, some of these look promising. I'm just thinking. I need something to put on the bottoms of the legs, the table legs in the bathroom table that will level it out. Those look about right. Oh. And it's not like I can go anyplace else and find them because, like I said, this is basically the only craft store we got left in this end of Idaho. I wonder if I can find what I'm looking for around here. Lots of ribbon. Actually, satin ribbon like that might actually work better than a cord on the soap bags. No. Let's see what else they got. Oh. They got jute, but I'm afraid of the jute catching. I'm not sure if the jute would be a good. That might be a little too fibrous to catch. You need something really smooth. So yeah, satin ribbon might actually do better. That's a nice off-white. Let's see what we got. Hi, Arisha. Nice seeing you. I saw you posted a video just as I was walking out the door, and it's like, dang, as soon as I get home, I've got to watch Arisha's video. Oh boy. Yep, I'm looking for craft supplies. That's what I'm looking for. Oh boy. So I'm going to try this satin ribbon. I think it'll work better. I mean, I was thinking of maybe finding some kind of cord, but the cord they got here is very fibrous, and I think it would catch in the scrubby yarn. I'm also gonna, let's see, I'll maybe get a white too. So got a white or an off-white? Oh. I'm not sure which would look better. Sorry, Mom. Should have warned you. Yep. But apparently this is my choices. I would like to find some cording like this, but I don't know where to look for it. I'm not seeing it around here, not around the ribbon. Well, I'll get one white. I think actually the white would look better. No, I got an off-white, but it's still, we'll see. I'll see. I might have to look around. That's nice. All right. Well, that's definitely not what I need. Oh, it smells good down here. They got all this fresh stuff. It smells good. You know it's real when it smells good. Okay. Yeah, this stuff won't do. This is sisal, this is hemp, and it's too fibrous. I really need... boy, I can spend forever in here. Anyways. Oh boy. Nope, don't see anything down there. Look at this. They already got fall stuff out. Look at that. Fall fairy garden stuff. It's not just barely July. And there's Halloween decor is out. Halloween decor is out. Isn't that insane? Okay. Well, I have looked around. I am not finding anywhere else anything. So I'm going to go with the ribbon. I'm going to see how the ribbon works. Ooh, necklace chains. Let's see if they have anything around here. I don't think so. Nope, they've got more of the same stuff. More of the same stuff. Or maybe. Oh, dang. This would be nice. Almost. Almost, but not quite what I'm looking for. Darn. How come everybody has almost, but not quite? What I want is like super thin, very smooth I-cord. But I think that would be best, but we'll go with the satin ribbon for right now. I can always change it out if I ever find what I'm looking for. More stuff. This is all beading stuff. Okay, time to check out. Hello. Okay. Yeah. And yes, I want my receipt.
Awesome. Do you want it in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There you go.
All right. There we go. And remember to mute this time so I wasn't giving out my phone number again. So, Yep. I've been very, very busy, Arisha. It's been super busy at work. I mean, trying to run a store and unpack and set up a store all at the same time is extremely time consuming. I literally don't have time to hardly sit down at all at work, so I'm spending 8 hours on my feet. And then I get home and I'm tired and my hips hurt and my knees hurt and my ankles hurt, and it's like I need to go out and mow the lawn, and all I want to do is sit in the cooling breezes and look at my beautiful long grass. Okay. I got something. Okay, we got the gas. We got something for hopefully they'll work for the soap bags. Now I gotta get my tricky ignition switch to work on this thing. Gotta get it just so. There we go. Get the air conditioner going, because at least my truck does have air conditioning, which is nice when it's 78 degrees outside right now. It is very nice to have air conditioning. So, okay, everybody still here? All right. A few other things. Yes, I do need to stop at You're just a ghost, Neil. You pop in and out. I still think Dean fell asleep. It's either that or you have to go out and water all the animals out in the barn. Because there's nobody else to feed and water them at this time. And for him it would be, it'd be time to feed and water all the animals. So the rest on my list is just basically a grocery list, food items I forgot that I can pick up at any time over the next few days. So now I've got these, but my main reason for running to Idaho Falls was go to the craft store, go to Lowe's, and put gas in the truck, and I've done all three, so now we can head home. Just not super fast. I don't want to get pulled over for speeding. But yeah, it's been interesting trying to get the new store unpacked and set up, and all that. One of these days I might have to take a few little pictures to add to my video of all the stuff I've been doing at work. As word gets out that our store is open now, more and more people are starting to show up. But yeah, I've pretty much got the Marine Center mostly all set up. I do have to get some more tubes hung up. A lot of it is going to be a real tight squeeze for people to get in and out and around stuff, because we've just, trying to get in racks and clothing racks and all. It is, but it's coming along. Once I'm completely done with the Marine Center, I'm going to go back to the other end of the store where we keep all our MX boots and start reorganizing all of them. And find a place. I've got to try to organize the chest protectors. Those really need to be, I mean, it's a power sports store, so, but you need stuff to be shoppable by people. And all the boots were put on racks by size, but they weren't organized by style and color and brand. And they all need to be organized by brand and by color style. And I got the kids' boots are all nicely organized, but the adult boots they're a mess. It would be a mess for anybody trying to find what they are looking for. So I got to get all that done. And then we still have so many boxes and boxes of clothing items that no place to put it right now. But I'll finish up first with marine. I got to get some more tow ropes, tube tow ropes, and water ski ropes, and wakeboard ropes hung up. Get all the displays looking nice and pretty. Just work is busy. Oh boy. Actually, we moved from where the original power sports store had been in a old factory warehouse building. It was the old Simplot building. Or not Simplot, a Sputnik building where they used to build harvesting and planting equipment way back in the 70s and 80s. And then Sputnik built much larger facilities, and then they sold the building, and the property owner now leases it out. But it basically was a big old dusty factory that we were working in. It wasn't an ideal retail space because there was dust. I mean, big trucks would go down the freeway and it would shake the building, and I could actually watch dust falling off from the rafters and the ceiling. And so we were constantly dusting, trying to keep things clean, but it was about 18,000 square feet. The building we're in now is about 1,800 square feet, so maybe 2,000. You know, we've lost a lot of square footage there. We might have 2,000 square feet all total, and so yeah, we've moved into a facility that is literally 1/10 the size and space. And it is just crammed to the rafters with everything. What I do is empty boxes and make space and put up a shelf and put stuff that was in boxes on shelves and empty another box, and, you know, just like that. I don't know what we're going to do with all the excess clothing and riding gear. We still got some areas where clothing racks were moved with the clothing still on them, and they're just crammed in one little corner all together. Nobody can get to it. There's just no way to get to any of it because it's got a pallet in front of it of stuff that needs to be unloaded and then boxed. It would be nice if we could get customers coming in there and get more stuff sold, because selling stuff means opening up space to unpack more stuff. So right now the area that is supposed to be shopping for the adult clothing, the boots, extra clothing, helmets, chest protectors still has about 3 pallets on it, plus quite a few unopened boxes. They're off the pallets. I caught them off the pallets and got those wooden pallets out. Because once you move the boxes, you can actually pack tighter boxes more tightly and get them out of the way, and you clear floor space. And then, of course, every time I clear something, I've got to do a ton of sweeping because, those floors are just not the cleanest. But we are getting stuff out. It's just taking time. There's not a lot of space for a lot of stuff. And right now we have no place to store all our shelving supplies. So our shelving supplies are just kind of piled up in one corner next to where boots are supposed to go. I mean, we got an alcove that would be perfect for hanging up chest protectors in, and it's full of shelving equipment, boxes of shelving equipment right now. But we'll get there. Hopefully by Christmas things will be better organized. Yeah, but that's how work is going. Oh, I get really creative with space. I pile things everywhere. Right now I've got about 10 to, let's see, I think about 10 boxes of chest protectors piled up into a corner, packed tightly. We've got plenty already out on the floor. We don't need any more out, but we got a whole bunch that are packed up. I'll unpack them when it's needed. Yeah. All right. Dean might have gone feed the grass and mow the guineas. You're right, Neil. I hope he remembers to wear his hat if the sun is shining outside. He doesn't need to get heat stroke again. It took him a little... he had me a little worried there with how sick he got after the last time he was out in the heat. Too long, even if it was in the shade, it was hot. But, yeah. Well, Petra did make sure she got all the grass mowed yesterday before they left. That's the last thing she did, was she made sure everything got mowed. So hopefully Dean has a couple days before he has to mow again. But boy, you keep watering grass, especially with the rain they've gotten, that grass is going to keep growing. And then not only does he need to feed and water the guineas, but he's got to feed and water the chickens and the ducks and the rabbits and every animal down in the barn, including the barn cat. And then he's got to feed the dogs. And make sure Dan doesn't dig his way out of his yard again, or he's going to end up living in Dean's living room again. I wonder if Dean thought of that, as Dan was just digging his way out of that yard because his humans were gone and he didn't like to be lonely, and so he just wanted to come in a nice air-conditioned house and hang out with Dean. Alright, thanks for popping in, Arisha. I'm going to watch your video later tonight. Got to see how your little girls are doing. So you guys, if you like goats, if you like watching goats, goat farm videos, go to Hanson Never Done Farms and watch Arisha and Jeff. They run a nice little farm. They got some pretty adorable Nigerian dwarf goats. I've been following them for several years now. So yeah, okay. We're finally heading out of town, down towards Shelley. Eventually I'll get up to speed. This little truck runs pretty good, but so we'll have a little over half a tank of gas, and that should get me through the rest of the month with minimal running about, just using it on the weekends. I need to clear out some more of my garage though, so we're gonna have to do some more garage cleaning coming up here. And I've had a couple of people I've talked to before about getting some of the old appliances moved out of the garage. And I'm going to have to touch bases with them again and see if they're still willing to come and bring a trailer and haul that. I've got a really old washer and dryer in the back, and I got my old fridge that broke down. It's in the garage. Just get some of this old stuff out. And yeah, that will definitely help clear up that space in the back of my garage. I'm thinking I ought to maybe post and see if anybody give me a little cash for those empty barrels, and make great burn barrels for those who can use burn barrel. Apparently you have to live outside the city limits though to use a burn barrel. Inside city limits you can do burning outside as long as you have a fire pit or some kind of decorative little fire thing like what Mom has. Fire, that has grates and everything. But you can't have a burn barrel inside with city limits. No burn barrels in city limits, but you can have a fire pit. Alright. Oh, I love air conditioning. It's now 81 degrees outside. My truck is pretty accurate with Idaho's pretty quiet, especially if you live out in the country like I do. It's just nice and peaceful, except for when your neighbors are popping off fireworks till almost midnight. Though they didn't go that late this year. I went to bed about 10:30 and they were still going off, and I must have been real tired because I was asleep by 11. And when I woke up at midnight, because I had to use the bathroom, it was dead quiet. Everybody, I looked out, lights out in all the houses around me. It was like dead quiet, which is really weird because the last few years, there's literally been people all around. I mean, you letting off fireworks till like 1 a.m. But I think they were all done by 11. But, on the 4th. And while we've had a few going off in the evenings last night, and probably will have a few more tonight, they don't last very long, So I think people have the economy's been a little tough on some folks, and they just haven't been able to buy the quantities that they've bought before. So they're all done popping them off a little earlier, which I'm not going to complain about. I mean, though it doesn't bother my cats at all. You know, the noises, loud noises outside don't bother them. The only thing that ever bothers them is if there's an animal outside. Like, the only thing that gets them sitting up in the windows and staring out is if there's some animal outside in the dark. And then they'll be alerting me to the fact that, hey, there's somebody prowling around out here, you know, that doesn't belong here. Rosie will just look out the windows. Lily will look out the windows and growl. She doesn't like having other animals around outside. Be that cats, dogs, raccoons, who knows what. But fireworks don't bother my cats. In fact, I think they slept through them. Oh, wow. You been getting any sleep the last few nights, Chris? Hopefully your neighbors will run out of fireworks here pretty soon. You'll be able to get at least one good night's rest. Just remembered something I was going to bring with me. I was going to bring my mom's sweater with me so I could drop it off at her house, and I forgot it. It's still in my car. So I guess I'll have to run back into town after I get home, because I told her I'd bring it in. Grain fields are looking pretty good out there. Starting to get a little gold in them. Go out and sit by your guineas and you fell asleep, huh? Got a cat nap. Did that mean you were out in the barns with Barnaby sitting on your lap? Or I know I fall asleep when I got my cats on my lap. Best cure for insomnia ever. Just sit down in my chair and let my cat crawl in my lap and I'm out like a light. But at least I'm gonna have a long life. Just gonna head home and get things done. Still got lots of things to get done. But it's been nice, having y'all along while I was running around. Yeah, stay hydrated, Dean. Make sure you drink plenty of water and get some electrolytes occasionally. And I hope Dan isn't trying to dig his way out of his yard, or you may end up having him. You got a guinea nap, huh? Have you had any more baby guineas hatch? And going back through Firth. Idaho Falls and hitting Shelley, hitting Firth. There's the wolf. Well, that's good. Y'all for a second there, folks. We went through a little dead zone. Yeah, I'll be watching for your videos, Dean, to see if Dan's digging his way out again. So you can come and sit in your air-conditioned living room, lay down in your, or I should say lay down, sleep in your air-conditioned living room. I think Petra spoiled that dog. And he's going to get lonely. And then he's going to want to come and stay with you. Let's see, we got 9 likes and 10 people watching, so who hasn't hit the like button? Somebody hasn't hit the thumbs up. Oh, now we're down to 8. 2 people dropped out. It's sure windy outside today. We've got hot weather starting back up, starting hot, dry that we always get in July. It's really good for farmers who are cutting their hay. In fact, that field out there looks ready to be cut and baled. That looks more like cow crop. With the amount of weeds in it, thistles, I think they should just bush hog it. Yeah, we keep popping in and out of the dead zone. Well, now that we're up and out of that low area, oh, we got 10 likes now. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you. I got up to my 3,000 views I need in a year. I think posting a video every day has really helped my views. Even if I'm not doing a whole lot in my videos. It's really helped the views. I was noticing that on my stats the other day. Put a little hot wire on him, huh? As long as he doesn't try jumping over the fence, he'll be fine. But yeah, a little hot wire running along the bottom of the fence there should keep him from digging under it. Alright, well, we're all back again. Doesn't seem to be... Still a beautiful day, even with the winds. Traffic's a little slow. Got a horse trailer up ahead. The car between me and the horse trailer. And they're slowing down, so they might be getting close to wherever it is they want to turn. Either that or it's the traffic up ahead in town that's slowing down, causing a chain reaction up the road. Vehicles all slowing. So I think we're only doing about 50 miles an hour, and speed limit around here is 55. I've got a big truck behind me that's just been tailing me. But lots of traffic. You're going to have to go around a lot of vehicles. Oh, that little red car decided it's going around the stock trailer and around the trailer in front of it. must have had a good break in the traffic. I just know I don't see too many breaks. I'm not going to go speeding around them. I know. Surprisingly enough, the cracks are still keeping the rain out of the truck. But yeah. Alright. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the guy in front of the horse trailer has a flatbed trailer with one of those little she sheds on it. You know, those prefab sheds you can buy. If somebody has given me one of those, I'd probably turn it into a chicken coop. Get me some chickens. Have a rooster to annoy my neighbors. Wouldn't annoy me, but it'd annoy my neighbors. He's got one of those little tiny prefab sheds, and I'm in the wrong lane. Dang, I got in the wrong turn lane. Oh well, I can still turn here. Fortunately, I do know this area. Hey, see that? It is a chicken coop. He's got himself a chicken coop there. That is too cool. Just need to turn down this road. That's a nice little chicken coop too. Yep. It's just a nice little area of town. And it's a little windy roads. So you just have to wind down and around and stop. Yeah, I've been in this area a few times. Then get back to the road I was supposed to have turned down. Now that you've been on a little bit of a scenic detour. Simply because I was following somebody too close and got into the wrong turn lane. This is the road we're supposed to have been turning down. Back on the road I was supposed to turn down in the first time. Yep, just got to see a little bit of little tiny bit of an area, suburb in the north of Blackfoot. Blackfoot's a very tiny town. Look on the map. There ain't a whole heck of a lot to it. Our power outage on last week took out about 1/3 of the entire town. No power, mostly the business district. And I'm wondering how much longer this big grain field out here is going to stay a grain field before somebody buys it and puts up high density apartments, which we don't need in this town. That's what they do. Instead of putting in single family homes on small lots, they put in townhouse apartments, 5 to a quarter of an acre. You know, one on a quarter acre, so you can get 3 or 4 townhouses, which gives you 15 people, but it doesn't give you adequate parking. Most households have more than one car. A lot of them have more than 2 cars. And when they got 3 or 4 cars in a household, that means, and there's no parking for all those cars, that means you got neighbors with other people's cars getting parked in their yards and in front of their houses because there's no parking. So, yeah. That's the problem Mom's been having, is people parking in her driveway because there's no parking. There's not enough, they have more cars than what there's allowed, you know, that what can park in front of those townhouses. You get some of the people moving into them, and that every adult has their car, plus cars for the teenagers, and there's only room for 2 cars per townhouse apartment. And if they got more cars than that, they're getting parked up and down the streets. All right. I just love it when you're at a 4-way stop and everybody's staring at each other. Somebody's got to go first and break the spell. Or we will all sit at this 4-way stop forever until we die of old age. Yeah, okay. We got Burger King, we got an Arctic Circle, we got a Dairy Queen. What we don't have is Kentucky Fried Chicken. We got Dairy Queens there in that building now. Kentucky Fried Chicken went out of business years ago. It got shut down for health code violations. Well, actually, they got numerous health code violations over a few years, and then they finally got shut down when the franchise owners got arrested for selling drugs through the drive-through window. So that was that was interesting. And then we had a few different Chinese buffets go in and out, and then Dairy Queen bought the building, gutted it, completely rebuilt it from the inside out. And now we got Dairy Queen again. Well, it's not the first Dairy Queen we've had. We used to have a Dairy Queen a long time ago, like back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then somewhere in the 80s it disappeared and was gone for a few decades. Yep, that's our brand new McDonald's. Back about 2 years ago, they tore down the old McDonald's and built a fancy brand new building, which it looks like it looks bigger than it actually is, because the interior actually has a very small lobby, and it's a little different than the way it used to be when you go to McDonald's. Of course, I haven't been to McDonald's forever and ever and ever, and then Matthew wanted McDonald's. One time I had to take Mom to the hospital, over to the clinic, and they wanted to run some scans. So while she was waiting to get all this stuff done, I took Matthew over to McDonald's because it was early in the morning, and he wanted breakfast, and so I took him to get him breakfast. He knew what he wanted too. And I was just really surprised at how small the lobby was. So I was expecting it to be much bigger with the size of that building. Yeah, they do have good hot chocolate. I make my own hot chocolate these days so I can have it with no sugar added. A lot of things I had to learn to make myself. So did your Dairy Queen just not do that well? They closed down our taco time. It wasn't doing too well. They kept saying they had supply issues, but they also had health code violations, and finally somebody bought the building. They were told they had to clean it up clean up the property and building and sell it, and so they did. And the person who whatever property owner bought the property that Taco Time was on has not kept it up, and it is all looking weedy and getting to be a bit of an eyesore. And I think the city ought to make sure the new property owner, even though they haven't done a thing with the building or anything, keeps it looking neat and tidy. Here, lots of farmers. I got grain in these fields here. Last year I believe they did have sugar beets out here. This year they got grain. Doing their crop rotation. Put a new coating of blacktop on this road. And the old Thomas Road, they just put tar and gravel on it. Forgot to turn off the drive-through. Folks were waiting for their food, and customers complained on Facebook. Oh boy. Well, that's good, Dean. I'm almost home. Then you can go to the barn, and I'm going to go to the bathroom, because if I don't, I am not, well, things might get a little damp around here. So, we are turning into my house. I will say thank you for coming along. Dean has to go and feed some animals. I need to hustle myself into the house. And yeah, I'll do a little more videoing. The pumpkins are looking amazing. So anyways, thank you everyone for coming along and hopping on and just hanging around. Nope, no lines yet. Not until they get them painted. Bye, Neil. Thanks for coming. You're welcome. Oh, yeah. Look at the pumpkin patch. They're all climbing out of their tires. Okay, I'm going to run in the house and then I have got to come back and unload my truck. So, thanks for coming. It's been fun. I need to do more lives and I need to actually start scheduling them. So, see y'all later, folks.